Here are 10 great songs to listen to this St. Patrick's Day. I've tried to give this list a nice bit of variety of the old stuff and to mix some of the new stuff in there as well that I've come across from you all in the comments over the last year. So you're more than likely going to come across something new, and it should liven up any St. Patrick's Day celebrations no matter where you are. And as with other videos I've done in the last year, I'm going to be taking all of your recommendations in the comments and putting them into a live playlist. So throughout the video, comment down below what you would like to hear. Like the video while you're at it as well, and check out the pinned comment or description to find the playlist. So anyway, let's get right into it. Okay, let's start with something new and instrumental. I'm a big fan of Lizzy, right? And Kevin Crawford is a genius when it comes to the whistle. But a while ago, I was listening to Lizzy, and then in the shuffle play, Kevin Meehan's track, Spanish Point, just came up on my playlist, and I absolutely loved it. I got pure Lizzy vibes from it, so it's safe to say it's permanently in my playlist now. The track Spanish Point itself is just clean, nice to listen to, great accompaniment, builds up with a strong driving rhythm and a really nice surprise for you 2 minutes into the tune, and it gets better from there. I'm not going to spoil it, go and listen to it. If that doesn't get your foot tapping at the very least, I don't know what will. It definitely showcases what is possible with a simple melody. Kevin himself is from North Dublin, and in his early 20s already has an extensive experience behind him touring across the USA and Europe. I am really looking forward to seeing more coming from him over the next few years, but for Spanish Point for a start, it's a strong one to go into the St. Patrick's Day playlist. Okay, I'm just going to go out and say it. This one was probably my favourite that I came across. Moxie's is Ainm Dom. This song has basically a blend of Arabic and Irish, and the contrast between both languages is really unique. For those of you who had seen other videos I've done, you could probably guess I'm really interested at how Irish music fuses with other genres. I always love looking for something different, and this song just delivered it all for me, really. Moxie first formed in 2011 with Darren Roach on accordion, Joss Kelly on keyboards and accordion as well, and Ted Kelly on banjo and guitar. They had met at the Willie Clancy Summer School. One album was released in 2014 called Planted, which Trad Connect had said was a thought-provoking and modern album that is high on creativity. Josh Sampson on drums then joined in 2017, with the final member to join being Julia Spanu. She was born in Tunisia, so that's of course where they get their unique blend of Arabic and Irish for this particular song. Now, the band's usual sound isn't trad or folk, it's more pop, but their Irish roots sometimes show, just like in this song, is Ainm Dom. It's a banger of a tune, as we'd say, and the blend of languages is just something else altogether. Let's go back a bit to something a bit more familiar. It's hard not to enjoy this one as long as it's not overplayed on the radio 57 times a day. It's simple, fun, upbeat, easy to sing, and just good crack when it comes on because it's just so lively. It's about the boys messing with the girls, pulling hair and stealing combs, as you do, sure. While it does have its roots in various parts of the UK, it's been performed by a huge variety of Irish folk bands. It has been around since at least the 19th century when it was first collected. But as with a lot of folk songs, nobody really knows for sure who wrote it or where it actually came from. I knew it as the Belle of Belfast City, but it's interchangeable really. Some versions say Dublin, others say the Golden City or London City. The song as well is part of a children's game. Kids join hands in a circle. One player stands in the middle. When the kid in the middle is asked, please tell me who they be, the bit at the end of the chorus, they give the name or the initials of another kid in the ring. The kid in the ring then sings the rest of the words, and then the kid who was named moves into the middle and keeps on going. Now for me, Sham Rock's version stands out as the one that kind of stuck with me, probably because it was overplayed on the radio. I think it was released in 2003 or something like that. When she gets a light of her own, she won't tell her not till she comes home. Let them all come and stay well for it all, but no, they shall. But there's far more versions of it though. The Dubliners is another good one, of course. But let me know what you think. Which one for you stands as the defining version? Moving Hearts. They're truly up there when it comes to fusion and Irish music in my opinion. They weren't the first, but when you had lads there connected with Planxty, it's hard not to love them. The Storm for me is just one of the best examples at how well trad fusion can be done, and my god, I absolutely love that 1980s sound. I have a quick side bit for you. My friend and I, when we would go to the pub, we'd spend more money on the jukebox than pints. That's a lie. But the majority of the stuff we put on was from the 1980s. I think it was the best era for music. There was one day the bartender kept skipping our songs because some younger ones at the bar were complaining. That was fairly disappointing to say the least. After the second or third song skipped, we asked for our money back, and after a reluctant refund, we left and never went back. But anyway, the Storm has the perfect blend of traditional Irish and rock and jazz. Uilleann pipes and whistle leading most of the melodies, thrown in with some electric guitar and keyboards. The blend is amazing. If the Storm is one you haven't heard before, I recommend listening to the entire album, but I've put the track The Storm into the playlist. What other ones would you recommend from Moving Heart, or other trad folk fusion groups like that? Let me know down in the comments. So far, we've went from modern whistle, instrumental, to a song blending Irish and Arabic, through some more familiar songs as well, that would fare well in any playlist. This next one up is The Whistling Thief, and the one I've picked in particular is by Alfi. They had done an arrangement on this song, which was written by a Samuel lover from Grafton Street in Dublin in the 1800s. Now, real quick about Alfi, the members are Alana Thornburg on harp, Ryan McCauley on the 5-string banjo, and Fiachra Meek on vocals and uilleann pipes. Their sound is a unique blend of Irish and American folk, with the harp in there just tops it all off for me as well. They're all absolutely brilliant musicians. I knew 2 of them from a long time back, and even then they were brilliant on their instruments. It's amazing to see now, like fast forward 12 years, in what feels like the blink of an eye for me, that they're putting together some amazing songs at the minute. If you like this one, absolutely check out their other stuff too. Got links in the description for that, along with all the others mentioned in the video so far. I'll just say this one, The Flood by Ye Vagabonds, has a class music video. So if you do listen to it in the playlist somehow, try go check out the video at least once. I did know a guy who actually came in from Germany, I think it was Germany, to work for the company I worked for in Ireland a while back, for the busy season. So it was only temporary, it was only a few months, but for the few months that he worked here, he lived in a tent in some bushes up the road and showered in the gym nearby every day. This was well before the housing crisis as well. Why I brought that up will make more sense if you see the video anyway. But yeah, this song by Ye Vagabonds, who by the way were ones that you suggested to me in the comments many times on previous videos. So thanks so much for that, by the way. I'm really enjoying listening to their stuff. And this song in particular has been a favourite of mine. I love the blend of the instruments and then the stripped back vocals. It flows really well between both, so an absolutely amazing job, well done to everyone involved in putting this together, as well as the amazing music video. Ye Vagabonds are an Irish folk music duo from Carlow. Yes, Carlow. The Irish person within me really wants to make a stupid joke there, but I'll try my best to refrain from picking on Carlow. It is an absolutely beautiful county and a necessary medium to get from Wicklow to Kilkenny as well, so it is. But anyway, the brothers Diarmuid and Brian McGlynn are not only doing wonders for Carlow, but the whole of Irish music. The lads are top class, and you can easily see it in their albums. Glitter and rose. And with all the awards that they've racked up in such a short space of time too, they're at the forefront of this new wave of Irish folk. So thanks to you all for recommending them to me in the comments. Keep them coming. I just couldn't not do it. No playlist that's remotely Irish would be complete without Whiskey in the Jar. It was a toss-up for me between Thin Lizzy and the Dubliners, obviously. So technically, this video isn't really a 10 songs for St. Patrick's Day or whatever I'm going to title it. It's more like 11. That'll surely trigger anyone's OCD. It's kind of picking away at me already. But just imagine, right? Any party around St. Patrick's Day, any Irish pub, wherever in the world, if Whiskey in the Jar came on by either Thin Lizzy, the the Dubliners, or even Metallica, you'd be fairly happy and you'd probably go on and order another pint. So it's only natural that this one will go into the St. Patrick's Day playlist I want to put together. The song, as I'm sure you're aware, is old, going all the way back to at least the 17th century, with no known author, although there is a lot of similarity to a contemporary broadside ballad called Patrick Fleming, which is about an Irish highwayman named Patrick Fleming who was executed in 1650. But yeah, it's one I'm sure we all love, even though it's played quite often. If you don't love it, do tell us about it in the comments and let the arguments begin. Okay, so the last one was basically one of the most popular songs, so naturally I want to dial it back a little bit. Busking was and still is a huge part of music in Ireland. For those who don't know what busking is, it's playing music or performing on the street. Mick Christopher was a popular figure in the busking scene in Dublin. He was 5 years at it and made friends with the likes of Glenn Hansard. Mick formed the band The Mary Janes with former Keela bass player and fellow busker Carl Odlum, while their lineup changed over time, settling as a three-piece with Mick, Carl and Simon Gooden guitar. They played everywhere, from the Fleadh to Glastonbury to the CMJ in New York. In November 2001, Mick Christopher was touring with the Waterboys in the Netherlands. Later that night, after the gig was over, Mick was found unconscious, having fallen and hit his head. When he arrived at the hospital, it was found that he had fallen into a coma and never regained consciousness. He died on the 29th of November 2001. This song was famously as well part of a Guinness advertisement in 2003, starring Michael Fassbender before he was really famous. Fassbender basically walks across Ireland, past some sheep, jumps off the cliffs of Moher, swims the Atlantic to find his brother in New York, finds his brother, starts downing song, and one that is strongly linked with busking in Ireland, and Mick Christopher was a hell of a musician, so for me it is perfect for any playlist on St. Patrick's Day. Seamus is the traditional Irish way of singing. It is unaccompanied and highly ornamented, focusing on storytelling through free rhythm and emotion. I think so far this playlist has everything. Popular songs, up-and-coming artists, fusion, not so well known, contemporary. It would be a crime to not include some Seamus in here somewhere. But I came across a video a few years ago on a channel called Other Voices Live, where incredibly talented siblings Seamus and Caoimhe Flatharta performed bPáiste, or Caoineadh, as it's also known. This next song is undeniably heavy. Why put a heartbreaking track in the middle of a St. Patrick's Day playlist? Simply put, the performance is staggering. You really can't celebrate Irish music without acknowledging the sorrow that shaped it, and this specific rendition demands a listen. Set against the backdrop of the Irish famine in the 1840s, this song evokes a time of devastating loss. People succumbed to starvation at such a rate that they required burial in mass graves, which included the children. A Cruachan na bPáiste, or burial place of the children, refers to the special mass grave reserved specifically for the little ones. The song captures the raw grief of a young mother, lamenting her inability to save her child and wishing for her own death. Overwhelmed by bitter memories, she ultimately resolves to leave Ireland forever and emigrate to the United States. Right, coming out of a heavy track like that, we need something that absolutely explodes to finish off the list. I'm going with the Irish Rover, but specifically the 1987 version with the Pogues and the Dubliners. This song is basically a 19th century inside joke. Back then, you had decades of genuinely heartbreaking ballads about shipwrecks and coffin ships. So this song takes that familiar trauma and just inflates it into an absolutely absurd tall tale. Like, the ship has 27 masts. The cargo includes millions of blind horses' hides. The entire crew gets wiped out by a measles outbreak until it's just the narrator and the captain's dog left, and then the dog drowns. When the Dubliners and the Pogues got together to do this, it bridged the 2 generations of Irish music. The rhythm and delivery is just pure energy. It's the perfect finale for any night. So yeah, that's the list anyway. 11 songs for your St. Patrick's Day. Let me know what you think in the comments and check the description for links to the full songs, and I will have a link to the playlist in the description and the pinned comment as well. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, had a bit of a laugh, or just found a new song that you haven't heard before. Liking and commenting on the video helps it reach a broader audience, which in turn can help me make more videos like this for you all to watch. And also don't forget to suggest some songs and I will add them into the playlist. And before I wrap up, I want to give a huge shout out to our channel members. Here's your names up on screen now. Thanks so much for your continued support, and I know it's a bit early, but I hope you all have a great few days around St. Patrick's Day, no matter where you are in the world. If you'd like to join them, click that join button down below, or check out the links in the description for more information. And check out the shop there as well, where there is an absolute ton of Irish music inspired bits and pieces that you can buy. Have a look when you've got time. And sure, if you want any custom designs done, please give me a shout and I can work with you to get the design that you absolutely love. Finally as well, if you'd like to join the Discord server and chat with all like-minded people about Irish music and Irish history and whatever else you want, there's a link in the description there as well for you. But anyway, look, that's it from me. I'll leave yous all to it. Slán go fóill. Cheers.